After almost a year away from the US, mostly due to visa issues, I'm kind of like, I kind of can't believe that I'm finally back here, because it was a long time I wasn't here. But I'm a strong believer that everything you go through in your life, every hard thing especially, is a challenge for you to become a better human being, a better person. If you stop to think about most people that you admire the most, they didn't have an easy life. They had hardness on their lives, but they went through those hardness. They found a way to come out stronger from those hardness, and I definitely try to do the same. I really believe that anti-fragility is one of the most important things that you should have in your mentality, so you can always be growing in your life, even if you go through a hard part like I did. In this 9-10 months that I was in Brazil, I did a lot of important things for my life. I had to study more. Like when I started Poker Profit channel, I was a good player that played well, that was profitable, and that definitely had many things to add for many people's lives, but I wasn't even close to the player I am today. I really mean that. In these 10 months, I studied a lot. I played a lot of online poker. And if you guys don't know, one of the best way for you to improve your game is playing online poker and studying your game, studying the spots you were in a doubt, so you could see what could you do different or how could you play a certain hand, because in poker, many spots, you have plenty of options of what to do. And in the end, you should choose the best option for the player you are playing against. If you stop to think about, most players don't play GTO, most players are very exploitable, so you should exploit. The most profitable way for you to play against a player that has many leaks is exploiting him. It's not actually playing GTO, but learning GTO and knowing what could you do in a GTO perspective gives you one more weapon, one more tool to your strategy, gives you more strength in the decisions you make. And now I'm in Dallas, a place that I only heard good things, and I can't wait to go to Dallas poker clubs and get to see the players here. Right now it's 4 o'clock. I just got to my Airbnb. This is the park that there is close to my Airbnb, and that's where I decided to make that intro. And man, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so hungry to come back to make content, to do what I found myself in my life. You know, I found myself doing that. I found myself making poker vlogs, helping people around the world to be better players. And don't fool yourself. When I help you, I help myself as well. I help myself on being a better player. I help myself on being a better person. I help myself on achieving more people in the world. And after I created this vlog, I learned so much, guys. I learned so much about life, about relationship, about poker, and I'm gonna still learning. I'm still a young guy, you know. I made 28 years old 3 days ago, and we are just getting started. I really hope I can deliver a lot of value to your life. That's the reason why I'm here. If you guys have something to say, something to tell me, some tips to tell me, or something that you want to know from me, some questions, feel free to leave it down below, that I'm gonna answer everything. This month that I'm gonna be here in the US is gonna be pretty active. I'm gonna be working a lot. I'm gonna be making a lot of content, and that's the reason why I'm here. I'm here to work. I'm here to produce content. I'm here to help people. And in this video, in a few seconds, I'm gonna be at Texas Card House, finally back to playing poker, and I hope you guys wish me luck. Let's go. I tell you up front that Texas Card House is most likely one of my favorite poker rooms in the United States already. Lots of games, lots of tables, many nice people. Dallas people are really polite and really welcoming, and as you'll be able to see soon, the games are great. Okay, I'm in the 1-2 list, 10 to 5, and I'm gonna go wherever it opens up first. Let's see what happens. Welcome to the Poker Profit channel, the first poker vlog created to help you become a better poker player. I start the session playing 1-2, but soon I'm gonna go to the 2-5, and just as a spoiler, I'm gonna rather the 2-5 than the 1-2, and you'll understand why in the future. I buy in for 500, my exact first hand. There are 3 limpers already, which is a great sign. I see 8-5 suited from the cutoff. We have some cool new features that are worth explaining to you. From now on, you can always see my stack in the left bottom corner of the screen. You can also see what time is it in the upper left corner. And in case someone we're playing against have less chips than me, I'm gonna let you know because it's important to know the effective stacks so you can know what is the SPR, which is always a relevant information in a hand. My exact first hand, there are 3 limpers already, which is a great sign. I see 8-5 suited from the cutoff. I decide to limp as well in position. Button instantly raises to $10. 2 players call, and I'm gonna call here from the cutoff. 4 players see the flop, which comes King 7-3 with 2 diamonds. We all check to the button, who see bets $20. Everybody folds to me, and here there's no chance I'm folding. I'm either calling or raising, and now I decide to call. Turn comes a jack of diamonds. We make the flush. I check, and he checks back. River is a blank, a 9 of hearts. And now we're gonna go for value. I decide to bet a almost pot-sized bet of $80. He snap calls. I show my hand, and it's good. We win the first hand. By how fast he called, I could have extracted more value probably. I change seat to get a better table footage. Next hand I'm on the hijack. 2 limpers before me. Low jack raises to 15, and then I see pocket queens. Of course I'm 3-betting. I decide to go with 3x, which is how much GTO Wizard advises to 3-bet in position. Big blind and low jack calls. We go 3 ways to the flop, and big blind is the same player that lost the hand that I made a flush. He's probably a bad player. The flop is a great one. 10 jack 6 with 2 clubs. I don't have a club in my hand. They check to me, and I'm gonna c-bet. I c-bet 65, around half pot. Only low jack calls, so we go heads up to the turn, which is in theory a pretty good one. A 10 of diamonds. He checks to me, and here I could either go with another bet or a check. I can definitely extract 2 more streets of value from ace jack, king jack, queen jack. But I feel like if I check, I can also open space for him to bluff in the river. And if he checks again in the river, I can bet big and extract value as well. So even though in the past I would just keep betting 100% of the times here, in this particular spot, against this particular player, I decided to check back. He seemed to be a guy that was capable of bluffing, and that was a good player. So I check back. River is a blank, a deuce of diamonds, and now he separates chips. He bets 175, and I'm gonna follow the plan and call. I toss a chip. He shows ace 10, making trips in the turn, and I lose the hand. If I decided to bet that turn and he check raised me, I would be in a really tough spot, and I'm really not sure if I was gonna fold. Most likely not, because there was a flush draw in the board. He could have some flush draws, straight draws, so I would most likely lose more money than I lost if I bet that turn. Nice hand. I buy in for 175 more, losing 175 so far. Next hand I'm in the middle position with pocket kings. Under the gun raises to 7. I 3-bet to 23. She calls. We go heads up to the flop, which comes 10, 6, deuce, rainbow. She checks to me, and I'm gonna c-bet. I c-bet to $22. She calls. Turn is a 10 of clubs. Not a great card. She checks to me. She has like 45 left in her stacks, so SPR is 0.5. She's pretty much committed to the spot, and I'm gonna still be winning pretty often. So I put her all in for $45. She calls. I show the kings. River is another bad one, a 6 of spades. Now any 10 or 6 beats me. She shows pocket 9s, and we're good. You already know what this sign means. The table is really soft. There are some guys in the other side of the table just splashing around, straddling, raising really big. And I just need to wait for a good spot to make money over that. There's a guy on my right splashing around as well. Next hand I'm in the cutoff with ace queen offsuit. 3 limpers before me. I raise to 16 in position. Under the gun and hijack calls. We go 3 ways to the flop. We're playing pretty deep. Great time to smash the board, which doesn't happen. Flop comes jack, jack, 8 with 2 diamonds. I have the queen of diamonds. Under the gun leads to $20, and I decide to fold. I felt like she had it. Next hand I'm in the low jack with ace jack offsuit. One limper before me. I'm gonna raise again. I raise to 13. I wanna get called and play in position versus this guy. Cut off calls in position. Under the gun +1 calls as well, so 3 players see the flop. We're playing $600 deep. We miss the flop again. I decide to check. Cut off bets $40, a pot-sized bet, and I have to fold here. Next hand I'm in the under the gun with ace-10 suited. I open raise to $10. 5 players call, so we're going 6 ways for the flop, which is a good one. Ace-Jack-7 rainbow with no spades. They check to me and I'm gonna c-bet here. I c-bet $20, a third of the pot. Only woman in the button calls. We go heads up to the turn, which is a blank, a 5 of hearts. I'm gonna keep betting here. I bet $40 now for value. She calls again. River is a 9 of spades. And now I got a decision to make. I can either decide to check, call for a bet she does, or I can decide to bet, fold. There are many spots that this happens in the river, and this time I decided to bet fold. So I bet $55, and in case she raises, I'm gonna fold, but she folds instead, and we win the hand. 1 hour and 30 minutes of game. I'm pretty close to be break even. Next thing I'm on the button, under the gun straddles 10. This guy was splashing around a lot. He seems to be rich and didn't care about his money. 2 players limp, and I see ace-5 suited from the button. I'm gonna raise here. I raise to 60. Won't mind if everybody folds, and won't mind if they call as well. Only the straddler calls, so we go heads up to the flop. Flop comes queen, 6, deuce, with 2 clubs and 1 diamond. He checks to me and I decide to check back. Turns a 10 of clubs. He checks again, and I check back again. River is an 8 of clubs. Terrible run out. There are 4 clubs in the board, and I got none. He bets $40 now, and I decide to fold. And now I get called for the 2-5. If you don't know yet, I increased my bankroll a lot playing online. So I decided to play higher stakes now. So I can start playing more 2-5 and 5-10. If you want to take a shot in the same club as me, just click the link below and follow the instructions to play on Club GG. I start the 2-5 with 500, 100 big blinds. But soon enough, I'll realize the game just plays really big, and I'll start buying in for more. First hand, I'm in the middle position with king-queen offsuit, 2 limpers before me, which is great, and I raise to 35. Everybody folds and I win the first hand. I buy in for 250 more. Next hand, I'm in the middle position again with pocket aces. I open raise to $20. Only small blind calls. We go heads up to the flop, which comes 9, 8, deuce with 2 clubs and 1 heart. He checks to me and I'm gonna c-bet. I c-bet $35. Small blind calls. I'm pretty sure I'm winning. Turn is a 5 of diamonds. Now 6-7 gets there, but if he has it, congrats. He checks to me again, and I'm gonna bet again. I bet $75, around 2/3 of the pot. He folds and we win the hand. If it was the exact opposite situation, I will rarely just call from the small blind. I will like 92% of the times just fold and 8% of the times re-raise. And I'm pretty sure he didn't have such a good hand. So those are things that I really like. If I see that the opposite situation, I would lose less money than he lost for me. This shows that there is an edge, and it's from this edge that your profit comes from. So as a first impression, I'm liking a lot the 2-5 game. Next hand, I'm in the big blind with king-queen offsuit again. Cut off raises to 15. It folds to me, and I'm gonna 3-bet from the small blind. As I said before, my range here is going to be either 3-bet or fold. I'm not going to have a calling range from here. At least not usually. There will be some times, rare times, that I'm going to decide to call and play post-flop, out of position. I 3-bet to $70, around 4.5 times his raise. He calls. We go heads up to the flop, which is a bad one for my hand, but a good one for my range. Ace deuce 5 rainbow. I have many ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, ace 9 suited, ace 8 suited, ace 7 suited, ace 6 suited, ace 5 suited. I have many ace x in my hand. So I'm gonna c-bet and most likely keep betting on following streets in a dry board like that. I c-bet $60, almost half pot, little less. He folds and we win the hand. Winning $155 so far. I lost like 81 in the 1-2. Next hand I'm in the small blind with King Jack suited, 3 limpers, and I'm gonna raise. The size I use usually when there are limpers and I'm out of position is twice the size of the pot. So if there's 22 in the pot, I'm gonna make it 45, and that's what I do. I raise to 45, high jack and low jack call, so 3 players to the flop. The flop is great, Jack 8-3, rainbow. I'm gonna keep betting here. The question is how much. I see bet $80, around half pot. Only hijack calls. We go heads up to the turn, which comes a 5 of spades, and he checks out of turn. So one more information that he would check in case I checked. Or maybe he's angling me, but I don't think so. We're playing pretty deep, so the sizing I'm gonna use now is pretty important. I don't want either to make it too small or too big. I decided to go with 165, around half pot again. I believe I should have made like 2/3, around $200. So flush draws have worse odds to call. But 165 is okay as well. But looking back, I would rather making 2/3. He calls. River is a blank, a 6 of spades. And now again, I could either go with check calling or bet folding. And I decide to go with the second option and bet an amount I believe he would call with worse kings than mine, or maybe with a pair. I bet 235, little less than 1/3 of the pot. I will fold in case he shoves, that's the plan. He folds and we win the hand. Winning around $492, and then this hand happens. Under the gun straddles, I'm on the button with 10-9 suited, and I open raise to $30. Only big blind calls, so we go heads up to the flop. We're playing like $1,000 deep. Flop is a great one. Jack 8-3, rainbow with 1 heart. He checks to me and I'm gonna c-bet. I c-bet 2/3 of the pot, hoping to find a fold, but I still have a lot of equity if he calls or raises, which is what he does. He check raises really small to 110, which gives me a great prize with a great hand. I'm just loving this spot. I gotta call 65 for a pot that has 227 in position with implied odds in case I get my straight to extract a lot of chips from him. So that's a clear call. But I decide to take my time to call. Like pretend that's not a clear call for him, you know. So maybe the queen or the 7 comes and he doesn't put me as much on a straight draw. I call. Turn is a 5 of spades. I miss it. And now he bets 180. I gotta call 180 for a pot that has 472. Plus the implied odds of in case I hit my straight to extract many chips. So that's a clear call again. I'm just gonna do the same thing I did. Make it not pretend that's a clear call, but call. I call the 180, and the river is a jack of diamonds. So unfortunately I didn't hit my straight, which is gonna happen most of the times. But when I actually hit, I'm gonna make a lot of money. And I'm pretty happy with the way I played the hand, even though I lost. And now he bets 150 and I fold, winning $159. And my trip was just a 24-hour trip that I didn't sleep good in the plane. So I was pretty tired and I decided to go home, rest, sleep, and come back the other day. Well guys, officially the end of this first episode. Pretty happy with what I saw here. Both the 1-2 and the 2-5 tables, I saw a lot of space to make money, a lot of mistakes from the other guys, and to be able to exploit those mistakes. Didn't run so well. I can't find any hand that I ran really hot. That 10-9 suited, if I get the queen or the 7 in the turn or the river, I would probably stack that guy. I feel like he was pretty strong with a set maybe, but it happens. If you stop to remember the first episode of Poker Profit Vlog, number 1, I ran so hot, like I won $1,400 in a 1-2 session, so it's pretty fair. So this first episode in this new era, let's say like that, I didn't run so well. I'm pretty excited with what's gonna happen in the next days. I love Dallas game. I felt pretty comfortable here. No one bothered me recording. Everybody was nice. I loved Dallas game, honestly, and hopefully things will go well in the next following days. Keep watching the channel because there's a lot of great episodes, great contents coming up, and hopefully I'm gonna help you a lot in your journey. Thank you for watching until this time. You're the reason why I'm here. You're the reason why this channel grew, and I see you next time. Thank you guys for watching. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel. The mission of this channel is helping you become a better poker player, and I see you next time.